Hey guys, I'm back once again with another video. This is 3 in one day, but I have a lot to show. So because of that, I'm going to show two sticks in one video. One you can actually see right here. It's a Maverick Spider 17, and the other one is to the left of me. That is my personal stick. So let's dig right in. First stick I'm going to show you is my little brother's stick. It is a Maverick Spider 17 in black. They're usually not this pinched, but this actually used to be my head for a while, which you can tell because the jewel's missing. I didn't use it anymore just because I wanted to start using universal heads last year. So I switched up. I ended up using a Nike Lakota U. Loved it. I had a M80X. That was a good head. And this head I went All Tribe 7, or this year I went All Tribe 7. I went a Spectre 7 and a Beast 7. Two phenomenal heads. So let's dig in and talk about this stick. It's on a Gate FL75 shaft. Very old shaft, very cheap price anyways. It's taken a lot of checks. I played with this through a lot of summer ball. Then my little brother, he's played with it for 2 years. And it's held up good. There's no real dents in it. It's just paint chipped away a little bit. So I mean, the paint on it's not the most durable, but you don't buy a shaft for durable paint. You buy it for performance, and sometimes for just matching your stick. His colors for his team, he plays, like I said in the unboxing video I did, he plays for the Hagerstown Athletic Youth Lacrosse Association, HALA. They're the Saints. Their colors are black, white, and gold, as I've already stated in the unboxing video. And if you haven't seen that video, I'm going to put a link down in the description for you to see. So we did athletic gold sidewall all the way around. Just did a regular 9-diamond top string. As you can see, we tied through that mesh. It kind of just pulls it up more, keeps it a little more tight so it doesn't shift back. It holds it in place easier. We did gold in the sides, gold in the throat, and the sides. Athletic gold shooters. Very nice. I actually like the way this gold turned out. You know, it's not as light as the sidewall, but it is very nice. The stick has very low whip, but still throws very well. A lot of people, you know, they like a lot of whip, sometimes just so they can really crank and get power off. But the way this mesh performs and the way this is strung up, it works out very well. We used athletic gold sidewall. So this all came in a 10-yard segment. We cut it up. Still have some left, you know. That's usually how things work. And then it's 15mm black to white Gimolab mesh. And it's very nice. As far as the pocket goes, just a mid-low. Nothing much. He kind of what he goes with. He likes a mid-low with low whip. And good for scooping. And I would show the pocket, but the walls, or the channel, but the walls behind me, but you can see it. And it's pretty good, actually, you know. As far as pattern, you know, some people are always asking what patterns are, so I'm just going to go through it on here because I really don't think like this head's that high in demand, but for those of you that have it, it can be tricky to string sometimes. Joe from Throwing His Strings, he did a great job stringing it with his pattern. I don't know really what he used, but I'm going to show you what I used. So I did a 9-diamond triangle top, or 9-diamond top string. Then I started on that 10-diamond row. I did a knot, did another knot, SI, a 2, a 1, and a 1 to tie it off. Nothing tricky, nothing very complicated. Just making sure, you know, you really got to put those diamonds in the right place, make sure they're symmetrical. And yeah, when it came down to stringing this head, I knew, from my personal experience, I used to use the Mark Matthews replica pocket on here. You know, same amount of holes as what he was using, which was the Evolite X, which was a very good setup. You know, 4 straight shooters, and that was something I loved. I had that on a green Spider 17. This was my go-to head for freshman and sophomore year, and it performed really well on face-offs, and I used it a lot during summer ball. I had a traditional in here for a little bit, but I had that just for box lacrosse, and it worked great in box lacrosse. Seriously, like you just come down, catch, bring it up, throw a hard fake, and just dump it off, you know, right where the goalie's not expecting it, and it worked great. But yeah, that's that. And only complications I had, just because his head has been pinched a lot in the center or in the throat from face-offs, and just making sure I pull it properly so I get a good channel for him, so it's not like a soup bowl, you know, where it'll just roll wherever you want. Like, I mean, obviously I can do that with my fingers because, you know, it's not like just yanking and stuck, but when you pull, here, I'm going to show you on that side, it's going to channel out. It's not going to shift, as you see, like it dips down over top of the mesh. It's not going to just roll out. So, you know, that's something we really like to provide for you guys here at Genesis Lacrosse. We want to give you good channels and pocket performance. I know the reason why I really started this company was because I once, when I was in, right when I'd started high school, I wasn't the best at stringing. And someone was like, well, let me hook you up. Let him string my stick. Hated it. It was just, it didn't perform well. There was no channel. It was just kind of one of those things where they just skip a bunch of diamonds, you know, and it's just loose. And just a lot of interlock things that they were doing, and it's a big bag, and it was gross. It was ugly. But that's that. So this is Shayne's stick, my little brother's, and I know he's going to do pretty nice with it. So now I'm going to show you my stick. As I talked about in 2 previous videos with traditionals, that I put a traditional on my stick. Now, when I string my traditionals, I do it a lot different than I do other traditionals sometimes. I don't like using a single string as much. Now, I will use it. I think it performs great. I don't see like a difference in performance. I find it easier to string and maintain this way. So, like I told you, I'm going to Lancaster Bible College. Where's that? Lancaster, PA, half an hour from Hershey Parks, and a half an hour from York, PA. This is my college I'm going to. We don't have an official lacrosse team, but I have a club team that I'm starting. You know, got in contact with the athletic director, and me and a couple guys on campus were getting that team fully going, and he said we might just jump straight to a varsity team. So, you know, there's a lot going on with that, and if not, I spoke with the girls lacrosse coach at a summer orientation, and so I'll be stringing a lot of the girls' sticks there, and that'll be cool. So, but our colors, we are the Chargers. We are white, black, and red. So let's dig into my stick. This is a Nike Legacy U with an all black traditional. It's pretty hard to see, so I'll put it right there. I'll adjust the camera. Alright, there, just because I don't want it to blend in with the background. But it's an all black traditional pocket, 6 diamond, very nice. It's not a single string, like I said. As you can tell at the bottom, I broke it up into segments. And reason being, you know, I saw that, I just kind of do that with all my sticks when I do a traditional. I like it easier. If I want to go through and adjust a segment, I don't have to keep pulling it through and then trying to pull it out on one side. You know, then you got a bunch of excess string staying. You can save more string this way, in my opinion, just because I don't really know how to word it right now, but it protects you from having a bunch of loose cross lace. And yeah, it's not going to harm you per se, but it does jack up your performance if you have excess cross lace in some spots. So if I can work in sections and just pull it down to the bottom, I find that's a lot easier than working the whole way around. Working the whole way around, it does work. You know, you get the same effect. I just find it a little bit easier. And when I want to maintain just a section, I notice, hey, it's hooking more to the right, and I look and I notice maybe there's a little too much on that side. I don't have to then like try and put a tennis ball in it and work around that and then get the whole way through. I can kind of just work by section. Shaft, it is a Nike Vandal. No, I didn't get it because of Throne. That video was a long time ago, but I got this shaft actually from an old friend. He's in the National Guard now, but he pretty much, I needed a lacrosse set. I was like, hey man, I need a head. Do you still have that old stick of yours? Because he didn't get to play this past season because he was doing not basic training, but training and stuff like that, just to make sure he was ready for when he goes into the National Guard. So I asked him, I was like, hey, you got any sticks? And he's like, yeah. I was like, so can I have that stick of yours? You know, the the red Legacy U on the Vandal, and he's like, oh yeah, sure. I was like, alright, thanks man, how much do you want it for? He's like, oh, I was going to give it to you for free. So I missed that opportunity. But I ended up getting this whole stick for 10 bucks, which is pretty great because the head itself retails for 40, 49, and the shaft is about like 60. So I definitely saved a good amount of money. Threw a nice traditional in here. A lot of you guys saw this head on Instagram. It had a 15mm mark mesh in there. Nothing wrong with mark mesh, but I wanted to go like more of my school colors because it was red, white, and blue on the with the mark mesh. And I had actually some difficulties with it. I'll be doing a mark mesh review later on, but I had some difficulties with the mesh because it started to bleed. That which isn't good, you know. And sorry, I just dropped something. But having some bleed isn't bad per se. But if you're buying a dyed mesh, you know, you don't want it to bleed and run and turn the white around to pink. And also you don't want your white shooters to turn pink when you're trying to do a whole red, white, and blue stick. But it lasted well. It just happened because of the rain. So I don't know what happened there, but I don't know. It took a while to get just because there were just some issues getting it, just with getting in contact with them and getting my order to go through properly. But that's that. And as far as it, I don't have a stock butt end. I found this Warrior butt end at a camp a few years back. And I was going through my my stringing supplies, and I was like, hey, where'd I get that? Found my white butt end that I had found. So I taped that up with I used Renfrew hockey tape. Good stuff, very grippy. On my old stick, I used to have red going, you know, 6 inches because of face-offs. I was a face-off MIDI, and I don't tape the top like most people do. When they do like the 6 inches, no, I don't do just rings just because I don't face off anymore. Just because I was taking a lot of beating in my shoulders. But what I do is I put wax on the whole thing, and some of you guys are gonna be like, hey, that's cheating, you know. But I take the wax and then I melt it all down with a lighter. What that does is it brought the wax in. I thought it helped, you know, the tape stay down a little bit better. And also from doing that, it kind of broke in a lot easier. So I don't like the tape so much very grippy up at the top. I like to be able to slide my hand around a lot, you know, when I'm cradling. If I want to throw a fake and drop my hand and bring it across and then behind the back, I can, you know. And it makes it easier when I got to do Canadian. I don't have to slide down this whole like very tacky grip of tape, and then I can just bring it across and dump off. So yeah, that's that. You know and then once I would do that, if it was still too tacky for me, some of you guys are gonna be like, dude, you're the weirdest. You know, you're a wuss. Grow up. But also, you know, it wears your gloves out. That's the truth. You know, tape does wear your gloves out. So maybe I would sometimes maybe put a little bit of lotion on my hands, rub it in on my hands real well, and then spin it around. And that just helped with making it a little more slick, but it was still there, so I had the color to set off from my old head because it was black. But that's that. And as far as tape job on this, just do 2 little strips up top, just something so I can get a little bit of grip, but not too much. Right here, I got a black piece of tape. This has been on here for a long time, but I got that just for so I know where I put my hand. You know, I can feel it even if I don't have it there. But from playing so many times and years, I've been doing this since youth lacrosse. Just having that little bit there. Tape the butt end on. I got 3 little knobs in case I choke up a little bit or something. Sometimes, you know, I just come in and choke a little bit, or just in case I want to have my thumb up, I get a little more grip. It just happens, you know. Sometimes I switch up the tape depending on the texture of the shaft, but those of you guys who know the Vandal, it's more of a speed grip, especially with this black one. So that's that as far as sticks. So thank you guys for watching. Those are the 2 custom sticks for this video. You'll probably see some videos coming soon of other sticks. I'll be doing a review of the B7 soon, and I'll be ordering that actually. I'm going to be getting a new B7. So that'll be a cool custom project that you guys will see me go along through. And I'll be doing a review of some mark mesh. I did it for when the Sasquatch, they won the what was it, the NLL championship this past year. Put in some cool 15mm mesh on there, a little bit of a boxy setup in the head, and it was a an OG Evo. You know, I'm actually pretty lucky to have one of those. You don't see them for sale too often. But yeah, so that's that. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. You can follow us at Genesis Lacrosse on Instagram, like us on Facebook at Genesis Lacrosse, and email us at one.genesis.lacrosse@gmail.com. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, keep playing lacrosse and spreading the gospel.